What is going on? Hopefully we are doing well. Good to see us all here today. Ladies and gents, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is that you reside. I'm excited to walk you guys through a very exciting topic for us today, guys. So be ready for it. It's gonna be very cool. I think it's a topic that many of us have been asking about over the last several weeks, ever since I've been talking about real estate and how I've been investing into real estate through my e-commerce and digital marketing companies. Good to see everybody here today. What is up? Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're watching here on Instagram, good to see you guys. If you're here on Facebook as well, good to see you. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Say what's up down below. And also let me know where you guys are watching from. Also, we got Dan in the house, we got Luis, we got Connie, we got Trends. Good to see you guys. We got a few folks over here on Facebook as well. Very nice. I'm excited to rock and roll and walk through today, guys, how I've used e-commerce and digital marketing to build an real estate empire, right? And an e-commerce empire, as I like to call it, which is super cool. So good to see everyone here today. I'm excited to walk through because in my life, one of the biggest things for me was actually having consistency and a foundation, right? The biggest thing is having a foundation, right? So no matter where you are, whether you're brand new in e-commerce or you're an absolute veteran, I think this session will be very valuable to you. So do yourself a favor, give me 15, 20 minutes of your time. I think by the end, you guys will have a really good perspective on how to invest into real estate, or at least a good kind of 50,000 foot overview in terms of my strategy and what I did over the last decade of my life to create this. So first and foremost, for anyone who's new here, my name is Justin Woll. I'm 28 years old. I became a millionaire at 23 through e-commerce. I'm 28 now, so that's about 5 years ago. Okay, I've been building in the e-commerce and digital marketing landscape for a little bit now, which is really cool. I'm 28 now. I got started building businesses when I was like 14, 15 years old. Okay, so it's about 13, 14 years in the game, which is pretty cool. So I've been around the block. And like I said, the biggest thing for me, guys, is actually having momentum and a foundation that's built. I like to have consistency, and I like to actually have momentum and linear growth as I continue each and every day, month, week, year. And the biggest thing for me when I first started any of my companies is that momentum and that very consistency, right? I think the biggest thing for all of us to understand is before you start looking at real estate investing or buying homes or whatever it may be, realize you have to have a consistent inflow, okay? And that's the number one thing you have to build for yourself, is that consistent inflow, right? So for myself, it was e-commerce and digital marketing, okay? And for you, likely it'll be the same thing, being that we're here on Instagram and also in the Facebook group, and all we talk about is e-commerce, digital marketing, and how to build companies. Right? So number one thing is building a foundation. And I highly recommend building in the e-commerce marketplace. As you've been able to see, what we do here at BSF is we build e-commerce companies, right? And it's the same structure and infrastructure that I use to build my companies. Exactly what I preach is what I practice. Strange, right? Now, what's important here is realizing that every single system and everything that I've built and put together, the same way that I've built my life is the same way that I walk through my clientele how to do it as well. So when I say we build companies, and we actually build with systems and structure, same systems that we're using in my companies. When I say that we invest and we go ahead and invest our profits into real estate, same way that I do it. Okay, this is what I do in my life. Okay, and I want to share a little bit deeper in terms of how I've been able to make it happen. So after finding success in e-commerce and digital marketing, I've been saving lots of money for the last several years, right? Before you ever jump into real estate, I would not recommend putting your last dollars into it and praying. Okay, before I ever bought my first property, I had a substantial amount of cash, right, that I was looking to invest and to deploy, right? And because I actually started companies in e-commerce and digital marketing, okay? And that's the most important thing. I'm not taking every last dollar I have and putting it into real estate, taking a portion of my income and diversifying it back into real estate, right? Because as we know, one of the greatest things to have in America is real estate, at least up until 2024, right? Anything can happen in the future, but it's shown to be an incredible asset class. Right? And I think what's important here, guys, is realizing that as you make money, you have to be able to not only focus on your craft, but to diversify those funds elsewhere as well so you can continue to grow it as you build your main nest egg. Right? That's the biggest thing that so many people, I feel like, don't understand, is the fact that many people just want to get involved in real estate. They want to get involved in trading or Forex or crypto and all these things, right? But they don't have their main flow, their main income source to then obviously take a portion of it and put it into these asset classes. Right? So that's one of the big pieces, Jim said you would have been 100K richer if you would have held on to that F Sport. We still have the F Sport. We still have the F Sport, brother, which is awesome. It's in the driveway right here. I actually got that from my mom. It's mom's car, which is cool. But for everyone hopping on now, good to see everyone. We're talking about e-commerce and investing into real estate with the profits that you make and how incredible of a pathway it is to obviously go from e-commerce into real estate to obviously have consistency outside of your realm, but to also grow your net worth further. Okay, one of the biggest things that, like we spoke about, guys, is having that consistency and building that foundation for yourself in life. Okay? So for anyone who's watching right now, give me a 7. Drop 7s down below if real estate investing is something that you want to do at one point, right? Drop me a 7 down below. But realize, right, you're not going to, in most cases, be able to do that until you have your steady flow, right? So work on finding momentum, work on finding your craft, work on finding your consistency in your main company, okay? In your main companies, in your main business, whatever it is that you do mainly. And then you take a portion of it and invest thereafter. Okay, that's how you become actually wealthy, right? By truly investing, right? You're not going to become extremely wealthy just by working yourself constantly, right? You can do very, very well. You can get very rich, right? But becoming truly wealthy, you want to invest elsewhere, okay? Now, when I first started, one of the biggest things for me is I wasn't looking to just buy a house. I wasn't looking to just buy property, okay? I've saved up a large sum of money through my years and years in e-commerce and digital marketing. And what had happened was I was looking for a deal. I was looking for a great deal, and I wasn't just looking for the first property that came up. I was looking for a very specific type of property, a very specific unit, okay? For me at the time, when I first started, my first property was a single family home, okay? And personally, I wanted to buy something in a great location with great appreciation, great cash flow from the rental income, and also didn't have too much work or renovation needed for me to go ahead and put into it. What had happened for my first property, in that particular case, I ended up buying it fully in cash, which is super awesome. Now, one thing I want to mention about this, many people will have an opinion on buying something in cash. If you're a young dude, right? If you're a young dude, young entrepreneur, young guy, right? Young successful dude, one of the greatest things that you can do, from my experience, is buying a home in cash to start your portfolio to go ahead and fund the rest of the portfolio thereafter without much risk for the next particular leverage that you'll take in the next home, right? And I think it's a great play and a great perspective and a great topic, right, to talk about for someone who is new, someone who is young, right, who wants to start and set the stage and checkpoint their own real estate kind of foundation, right? And I think it's so important and so key for so many people to realize, right? The key is being able to make decisions, pull the trigger because you know it's a great buy, you know it's a great deal. We're not just buying random properties. No. We are buying properties that make sense. Okay, we're buying properties that when we sign the dotted line, we are worth more. That's when we're buying. Okay, but what we are taking away from this, guys, is we're not just getting into real estate. This isn't the first thing we do. We are building e-commerce companies. We're building digital marketing companies first, establishing portfolios of companies and taking a portion of our income and diversifying it into real estate. Okay, it is by no means the first thing that you do, but it is definitely something that you want to look into making happen. Okay, and thereafter, I've acquired several other properties and have built not only incredible equity through appreciation, but also been able to create rental scenarios where I'm not only Airbnb-ing out properties, I'm renting them out 6 months up front, full year monthly payments, right? For some folks, it's a great business to be into because when you take the money from your main companies and you invest it into real estate, you're not only getting a tax write-off called depreciation on the value of the home, but you're also getting cash flow, you're getting appreciation in many other great opportunistic pieces that you can't get with other investments, right? And that's why I love real estate, right? And I think it's so smart to take e-commerce money, digital marketing money, and roll it into real estate, okay? And that's what I think is extremely smart and many of us should focus on doing because that's the path forward for a lot of us who are younger, even older, right? Real estate will stay consistent. I'm telling you right now, one of the great things for you to do is think for the long term. Don't think in 2-3 year windows. Think in 5, 10, 15 year windows. Okay, if you start thinking in 5, 10 year windows, the actions and decisions you guys make are going to be completely different, right? And that's a big deal. That's a big deal for so many people, right? If you're thinking 5, 10, 15 years out, the decisions that you make are literally going to be completely different, right? And then what might have been a very hard decision today, 5 years from now, you look back, it would have been an easy decision to go ahead and make. And that's the difference maker, guys, right? Focusing on truly having a game plan and knowing what direction you want to go in. I always say, be very, very certain with where you want to go, but be very negotiable with how you get there. Okay? Be very certain with where you want to go, but be negotiable with how you get there. That's the biggest thing. And with so many people, Okay, people are afraid to obviously get started. People are afraid to go ahead and ultimately move forward and get things built, right? And I think one of the greatest things to realize here, guys, is when you start young and you start in your early ages, you build companies, you find success, and you build momentum, you truly can build an incredible empire around it, right? And that's the key. When you do well, building a moat around what it is that you do. The true key, guys. That's the true key. And I think what's so important is realizing that when you have that moat built, just continuing that forward movement, continue what got you there in the first place, and don't let up. That's the difference maker, okay? So realize these things, guys. Realize these things. Now, for those of us who are just hopping on, okay, be sure to watch the entire replay as well on Facebook here and Instagram. I'm posting the replay. So if you're just watching this now, okay, drop hashtag BSF below. I'll be giving out one hoodie before we go here off of our live. I'll also be giving out a few hoodies as well to those of us who comment hashtag replay below on the replay. Okay, so comment right down below. Hashtag BSF will be giving out a particular hoodie for us, which will be awesome for you guys. And we'll be making it happen for you guys to have some great consistency thereafter as well as we continue to go live, win hoodies, and get a bunch of stuff happening for you guys as well. Also, if you're watching on Instagram right now, if you're not inside the Facebook group, definitely get yourself inside there, guys. Check it out. Go on Facebook, type in Beyond Six Figures. You'll see the first group with 50,000 folks. You'll see it. Join it. A ton of my inner systems are inside the group. And I'm saying if you're not inside the Facebook group, find a way to get in there. You'll be very, very happy that you did. And it'll be great for you guys learning my back-end system structure and how I create the foundation of these companies to start, which would be awesome. So a little bit of awesome free game here today, which is awesome. We got my man Joe in the house. Joe, congratulations. You win yourself a hoodie. Chloe, you also win yourself a hoodie. Congratulations. Go ahead and shoot me a message. We'll get that sent over to you as well. And anyone who's watching on the replay, also go ahead and drop hashtag replay below. We will be giving out some extra hoodies as well for those of us on the replay. So guys, my advice, build an e-commerce, build in digital marketing, and figure out a way to roll your profits into real estate. Don't just buy any property, buy properties when you're worth more when you sign the dotted line. That's the difference maker. Don't go out there, don't rush into the game. Just like anything, you gotta master it and you gotta take your time and become great at what you're gonna be doing consistently for the long term. Because e-commerce and digital marketing, it's our long-term career, as is real estate, right? And my play is I build in e-commerce, I build in digital marketing, and I roll into real estate. Both my long-term plays. So amazing stuff, guys. I love y'all. Do yourself a favor, join the Facebook group, type in Beyond Six Figures like I mentioned, join it. I give out all my systems for free for you guys. I think you guys will absolutely love it. Check it out. Yo, what's up, Nick? Good to see you, brother. Hopefully all is well. Good to see you, man. Good to see everyone here hopping in. But guys, hopefully you are doing well, okay? Jump over to the group, okay? If you want to see more value in lives like this, I'll be coming at you guys with a ton more stuff like this. I don't mind sharing what I'm doing behind the scenes. I think it's super helpful. And whenever I share these things, you guys are extremely, extremely attentive to it. And I appreciate all the support and everything you guys have been sending my way. You guys are amazing. Like literally the last decade, you guys have been supporting me every single day, which is absolutely insane. And I appreciate everything from you guys. Whenever you send me a message on the side here on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, you guys are the best. I stay continuing to drive value forward. I'll never stop. I'm walking you guys through today how I built an e-commerce empire as well as a real estate empire as well. And I think it's super incredible for you guys to understand that e-commerce and digital marketing are my personal favorites for building careers, right? Actually having something for the long term, true skill sets that are extremely tangible in so many different ways. You know, really for the long run and for the rest of your life. And frankly, I think the best play is rolling all your profits directly into real estate thereafter. That's what I'll be doing for the next 10, 15 years. At this point, I'm excited to continue to build, scale, sell, and acquire. And we have quite a bit to make happen, guys. If anyone has any specific questions, let me know. Never hesitate to reach out to me, whether you're a supporter of mine or someone who's been following me. I appreciate you more than you know. Don't hesitate to reach out, whether it's just a question or anything it may be about your business, your store, your company, whatever it may be. Shoot me a message, guys. I have no problem supporting. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy it. And if you're just watching now, you're just hopping on now, watch the entire replay, and you guys will be very happy you did. I'm also going to be doing a lot more of value drops just like this as well, where I'll be going even more in depth into the actual nitty gritty in terms of how I'm acquiring properties, what type of properties I'm buying, how much I'm spending, how much I'm putting down if I'm buying them in cash, okay, if I'm using leverage on certain deals, and how I'm actually getting the cash in the first place through e-commerce and digital marketing to make these things happen. And that's the number one most important thing. Realize we're talking about real estate on this live stream, but it all happened because of e-commerce and digital marketing. Nothing would have been able to be made possible without e-commerce, and it's the most incredible thing in this world. And I think, if you're someone who is looking to build and have a proper career, or just build large and have no limits, e-commerce and digital marketing is the place that you want to be. And if you're one of my students right now, you know exactly what's going on in our experiences. We have some of the most consistent student results ever in e-commerce, which is awesome. We have multi-8 figures in student sales. I've been working with companies from Shark Tank. I just got done with the quarterback in the New York Jets. I also built out the Panda Express pronunciation program that they use across the United States of America, which is pretty cool. And we've done some pretty cool stuff, guys. We own some of the biggest e-commerce communities in the marketplace as well in the entire world. The biggest e-commerce Facebook group monopoly, which is awesome, about 1 million folks across our groups. And the best, most consistent e-commerce mentorship and coaching with the most consistent systems as well. That's the most important thing. Have systems. Don't just follow TikTok Johnny online. He's going to lead you in the wrong direction. You're not going to build a long-term consistent business. I'm only concerned about you guys doing well, building a consistent company. I could give 2 shits about you building a 2-week pump and dump. I don't care about the cool screenshot for a week. I care about you having a company for the long term that you actually have for years. That's the only thing that matters. We don't care about 2-week pump and dumps. We care about valuable assets, and that's what we build here at Beyond Six Figures, guys. So I love y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy it. And if anyone needs anything from me, let me know. I will see you guys soon.